After so many random delays and unforeseen circumstances, we are back with our Summer Rose Court Studios podcast. And back with me on as King Neumes. That is a lot harder to say than it should be. King Neumes, and we have some new people this time around, so the two new people need to introduce themselves first. So, Frump Grump, you go first. And then
Yay.
Jejuna.
Okay. Hi guys. My name's Frump. I am one of the artists for SRC, and yeah, this has actually been pretty fun so far. Thanks. I think it's Jejuna now. Are you gonna do your accent?
Yes, sure. Hi, I am Jejuna, also known as Tasha, but I joined here about a month or two ago. I'm not exactly sure, but I also do the art thing, and I'm super excited to be here. Yay!
I'm Kemi. I'm also on the art team. The last time I was semi here because I was in the hospital, but now I'm back and better than ever.
Yeah.
Kemi 2.0.
She can Kemi Nolan. Kemi no
So-
colon.
Don't diss my no colon. Yeah, so Blaze, go. Go.
Apparently she wants Tuck to go
Okay,
first.
apparently I'm
20.
going first. Okay, so I'm Ave Tukra again from the music team. Maybe, I guess everyone is an artist this week except for basically me.
Excuse you. I'm a writer over here, Tuck.
You do Photoshops, it almost counts.
Yes, because that totally counts as art.
I was gonna say half of what
You make
what
so much
King
art.
does, I would count as abominations unto man because they're one of those things that you can't unsee.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so people have stopped making noise in the near vicinity. I'm Blaze on Skype. My Tumblr is blaze9967, and I am the wonderful writer in this call right now because King is just the Photoshop guy.
I was just about to say something.
Say it, I dare you. Do it.
Talk dirty to me.
Okay, because nobody has been able to decide what we're talking about because apparently without Dory we're incapable of doing things.
Clearly.
I figured it might be fun to talk about some of the art choices we've had to make as far as SRC goes because we have an assload of artists in this call. It's pretty much mostly artists except for 2 writers and a musician.
And
But
a
that's
programmer.
also art. And the programmer, but Zumbra's refusing to fucking talk.
He said he got a new mic and everything, but he
I
doesn't
know.
want to get anything in.
Like,
Come on, Zum Zum.
No.
no. We're going to respect.
Oh, maybe he just ordered it.
We're going to respect Zumbra's wishes. So I figured first we should have our 2 new artists talk about why they wanted to get involved because it's always cool to see, like, those of us who weren't here from the first wave of hype, why these guys wanted to get involved. King, go.
What I was just gonna add on why they wanted to work with all of us dorks, because dork is a pretty good adjective for at least most of us. Especially me, I'm
honestly
like
a hot mess.
I'm like 80% of the dork output.
Well, okay. I guess I should start then. This is Frump speaking. Okay. Oops. Okay. Well, okay. So I got into SRC because of mostly Chrissy and MJ. They were passing around the when you guys had your what was it? The recruitment for artists. Basically, they were passing around the message, and so I saw it and I was like, oh, you know what? That actually looks kind of cool. So I went on, took a look at the SRC tag and whatnot, looked around a bit, and I thought, you know, this is a game I'd probably be really happy to work on. And so I contacted you guys on the development blog, and here we are. Got signed in, and there we are. Okay, so I guess Jejuna, if you want to go.
Sure. My story is basically the same. MJ was basically my gateway drug into the whole thing. And I just saw the Tumblr post asking for new artists, and I thought it would be fun to apply and see if, maybe I'll get in and do this, and I'd seen it floating around before, but I wasn't 100% sure what all of it was. And then I figured it out when they let me join this wonderful haven, and here we are being huge dorks once again.
No, I think Blaze, was it? No, she's the writer.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a writer.
Yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
right. You're a writer. Never mind.
My artistic skills are farther down the drain than the 7th-player of Hell, let's be honest here.
Oh, then
I'm
it's...
happy if I can draw a good stick figure.
Okay, then it's... Oh, Kemi, right, okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm curious a little bit with you guys as to like what is it that pulled you in to like because like as you guys are well aware, because you also draw and you're artists and all that sort of stuff, you have to want to draw something, otherwise it's just not fucking gonna happen. So like what was it about Summer Rose Court that you were like, shit, I could totally get on board with drawing this with these nerds? And like I guess I'm just curious what piqued your interest in Summer Rose Court. Like we know that like some, you know, who was who brought you in, but what interested you the most, I suppose.
All right. Well, I managed to snag CR, so this is actually like a really good question for everyone, not just the new artist. So I'm gonna attempt to expound on it. That when I first like started seeing the random post about like, hey, we're gonna do a visual novel. Do you wanna, if you're a writer or artist, blah blah, send me a message. And like when I saw that, I was like, I'm pretty sure I've like told this story before, where it's like, oh hey, I can write. I'm not like big and internet famous or anything, but and like one of the main reasons I joined was because A, Ruby is awesome, and like I wanted to write about Ruby stuff, and sort of like doing something I actually enjoy doing instead of just like doing nothing all day. So, and now I'm not really making a point anymore, so Tucker can go.
Yeah, I guess pretty similar to me, because saw the call for possible musicians, and what I basically said was I've been playing guitar for a while, but I've never really done any big creative projects with it, never played with a band or done anything like this, so I figured it would be good for me to improve as a musician to actually work on a big creative project that I would need to put time into and stuff. So that was basically most of the decision making for me there.
Okay. Well, yeah, same as everybody else. Well, I actually really like the fantasy setting and the world, the multiple worlds kind of deal. I, same as Av, I wanted to make I was interested in making a game before. I just never did it. So when this came up, I was like, hey, you know what? Why not? Sign up for it. Let's see if my art can improve from this experience.
Right on.
So, when was it when I joined? I think it was like October or something. There still wasn't a lot of people on there. There's maybe 10 to 15 when I joined. And shut up, King. And it was actually very chaotic in the main chat always. And
Yeah.
it was more chaotic. I was talking like I would wake up in the morning, there'd be like 2,000 messages waiting for me. It was awful some days. Because you'd like get on school and you'd be like, oh, let's see what's happening on Skype, and then you click the app and it crashes immediately. But so Dory made a post in like October saying, hey, we're gonna make a visual novel. We need writers, artists, programmers, all that fun stuff. And a few people had responded to it already because she had like this small group of people who were like already on board with it when she sent out the ask for it. And I'm like, oh, looking at the names of people who had like reblogged it and liked it, and I'm like, wow, they have a lot of followers. They have a lot of followers. They have a lot of followers, and they have a lot of followers. And I'm sitting there with my wonderful follower count at that point of like 60, maybe, at the most. And I'm like, why the hell not? It'd be fun. Writing. What could go wrong there? Nothing. So, yeah, that's pretty much my story of getting roped into this little chaos going on.
I'm actually... Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kemi.
No, go ahead. No, you're good. You're good.
No, I'm actually really interested in what the initial development phase was like. because as you all know, I joined up pretty late in the game, so I really want to see what this whole development thing was like. But now, you're saying like 2,000 Skype messages, and I'm all like, oh, maybe not then.
Yeah, I'll let these two because King and Blaze were eager to talk about that, so I'll let them take it.
Try and remember your point though, Kimmy. Like, I don't want to.
I'll forget my point, but that's fine, King. You be the false prophet. Because Dory's not here, so somebody has to.
Okay, well.
No, I'll remember. Don't worry.
Okay, well, one of the main things I remember from like the early development stage, besides I would click on Skype. I would open up my laptop, go on like Facebook or Tumblr for a little bit, look at Skype. All of a sudden, I had 300 messages, and early on, that was a slow day. Like when like Dory would be on, Chrissy would be on, and two of the I kind of want to say medium names because like we were all still like medium names at the time.
Medium
We would.
names, okay.
Well, I didn't want to say small names because I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Okay.
I'll classify
Because like,
I get the idea.
like I was a really small name then. Like on a good day when like all the 15 people were on, you would leave and you would come back to about 2,000 messages when people were talking. You still come to that sometimes.
Sometimes.
Like when
When we get really excited.
like well, like she's like not here right now, but when I think it was MJ and Emmy when they were talking about dancing,
Oh,
there
yeah.
was luckily I was there for it, so I didn't see how many messages people had to catch up on, but I imagine it was just a wall of text.
Oh, yeah.
Catch up.
Yeah,
on
I was there for,
When
like, half
that
of
shit
it, and it was
happens,
still
you just don't read that. You just are like, I'll fucking figure it out along the way.
It gets to the point when you have like over like 200 messages, you read like 2 messages, you just flick the scroller, you read the next 2 messages, you flick the scroller, you just kind of get the gist of what's been going on.
You skim.
And then the real problem is the first thing they talked about is something that you could have talked about for like an hour, but you missed it. So you either have to be like, I'm 6 miles behind, but I need to say this, or you just have to kind of sit there like, I can't say anything now, it's way too late.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And that happens to me a lot.
Yeah,
and
that happens all the time.
And my last thing before I pass it on to Blaze is that one of the other funny things I remember is that when we were all getting together in like mid-October, we were like, oh yeah, we're all together. We'll start kind of figuring things out, just seeing like who's gonna do what and all that. And then we'll start like actually working on it in like December when people actually start getting off of school. But then like the next day we all got on Skype. Dory, I drew this. Dory, I wrote this. Dory, I drew all of this. So like we had actually started working on it well before the original plan.
Oh, yeah. We're talking like the original date we were going to start is when, if you hadn't already done it, you should start doing it then.
Which
But
was
we had
me.
everything planned out in at least November for the first act. So there were people who were like writing their scenes already, messing around with it, and then there are all the artists who are like, yeah, let's get this done now because art takes forever. And
It's
it
true.
was. And then there was the drama that happened that got mixed in. So that
Drama.
was exciting.
We're not going to bring up the drama.
We're not
Okay.
talking about the drama.
Okay then.
But yeah, like things happened, things went down, they got sorted out, and then
We
yeah,
moved on.
that's pretty much it.
Okay. So,
Okay, now I think it's Zim Zam Zumbra's turn, because he has decided to deign himself to speak to us.
So this
He's
is
granted
like
us worthy.
one of the few topics I can actually talk about. I initially didn't want to like say anything for this whole podcast because we have like 6 people here already. But anyway, since like the beginning, like from what I remember of starting Summer Rose Court, it was just like me and Dory talking about stuff like, hey, this would be cool to make, and somehow like she started making her post, and it's like, oh, everyone wants to join, you know, message me on Skype or whatever, and then we had this huge like Skype contact list group thing that we're all in right now, and it was just like people talking, and like every once in a while, like a new person comes in, and then like the next day a new person comes in, and it's like there's so many people coming in, I don't know who's doing what. So it's very chaotic back then, but at the same time, like a lot of things are getting done because like people are very spontaneous and very hyped up about doing things. So I remember we started creating the Skype group for Summer Rose Court around like October 3rd-ish, and like the day afterward we created the prologue because we were like so hype and crazy over it. So that was really fun. Like we could like show that off to people, and it was like, wow, progress. We're actually, taking a step forward to making the visual novel happen. And then like from October on to like December when we were officially starting to work on it, like this was like what you guys mentioned earlier. This was an interperiod where people weren't supposed to work on it yet, but people worked on it anyway because they were so like excited and crazy about it. So it was just people doing random things like, oh, I think it'd be cool if we do this. I think it'd be cool if we do that, and just started working on stuff. And like in the middle, like people start doing like occasional like voice chats and like other shenanigans, like getting drunk, drawing things. So yeah, that's what pretty much happened before development officially started. After it started, I'm not quite sure what happened then because it was a little quiet for some odd reason. I had the impression that we were actually like dividing the team into groups. Like, okay, here are all the writers, do this. You want to have your draft of Act 1 by this date or something. Or just do that. I actually don't know what's going on there because of the way Skype is, or our organization for Summer Rose Court is. It's like we have one big main chat where everyone is, or most people are, and then all the writers in one chat, and all the artists in one chat, and all the musicians in one chat. So like whatever they talk about, I have no insight into. So it's kind of hard to see what's going on. But at the same time, it's like, well, they get to chat about what they need to, and I don't need to know about it. So I guess that's okay. So
we tell you eventually because you're the final step. We're the work in progress steps.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I think about like the initial development stage as far as like getting things done together. I feel like I'm partially like the group's archivist, like I have to, or historian. I have to remember what happened and I write it down, and like, oh, we have this document. It's called like the Chronicles of Summer Rose Court Development, where we have to write down like everything important that ever happened, so that like whenever we're done with releasing the visual novel, we can look back and say, here is the entire history of development, and then we can look back and it's like, wow, we were dumb. Look at all these.
Yeah, there was.
And all of the random things on there.
I recall that there was an instance in which people wanted Sir Moon. And I'm glad that
Mindmond. I was thinking of any other.
I don't care. I'm just glad it's done. I'm glad it's over with. I'm glad it's gone.
Oh gosh.
We had so many silly doodles about that. It was great.
I'm glad that it left.
He actually wrote a kind of heart-wrenching little storyline for him.
It was.
But
maybe I'm just like an uppity art student kid, but like it was not. It was not. No. No. Maybe I'm just like one of those uppity art student assholes, but like it was not. I was not feeling it.
If it helps, it was like 99% joking. It was just...
I'm glad.
And it's really funny because, like, just before you said that, I was about to say, "Oh yeah, we had Sir Mindmond," and then you started talking about.
Oh well, it was. I feel like it's SRC's darkest hour.
Oh.
Chapsgate. That was our other darkest hour.
No, that was our brightest hour.
That was the most.
No, our
important.
brightest hour had to be when we decided that we should be allowed to control how much Glinda we have on screen.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah.
Thank you, Zumbra, for that.
And back to the point that we strayed the shit away from. How we got onto SRC and why we got onto SRC. Zextran pulled me in. So Chrissy was just like, hey, Kemi, this thing is happening and you should draw Yang forever. That was literally all it was because I had already sort of carved out a niche for drawing muscly Yang because she's a brawler and she should be muscly. But that was just sort of Chrissy's bit, was that you need to come in and you need to draw Yang, and that's the way it needs to be. and I agreed to it. One, because you don't say no to Chrissy, and two, because it was before the Jean arc, and I was really excited about a show all about girls. And my productivity declined during the Jean arc. I feel you should all know that.
Oh my. Ooh.
But I came back. I bounced back. I bounced the hell
The
back.
Jean arc hit you more than the surgery did.
Yeah, no, it blew me away, and not in any way that I was pleased with. But we ranted about this last time, so like just because I didn't get to rant about it doesn't mean that we're gonna do it again. But yeah, no, that's why I came in, because I was excited about a show for girls, like that was about girls kicking ass, and I was excited for a visual novel in which they took those girls kicking ass and just added more gay. Because that's always good.
Because you
So-
can never have enough.
Yep.
Never. I can never have enough of girls kissing each other. Like, that's my life. That's what it needs to be. That's what I need to be surrounded by constantly. So, yeah, that's why I came on. Someone must have CR. Like, take it. Go.
Oh, well, someone... I didn't even have anything to say. I was just going to do white noise, but, like, if someone else has a point, you should take it before I say something stupid or spoilery. Or both, really. Cannot talk about the opening. I need to remember that. I'm doing good so far.
Yeah, don't talk
You
about
almost ruined it.
spoilers aren't nice.
I just want to say that if you do talk about something spoilery, I'll bleep you out.
If
He-
I
he-
say
he has
something
done that to me
spoilery,
once.
can
It
you
was
give me
beautiful.
like a really funny bleep? Can it not just be the white noise? Can it be
We-
something really stupid?
We wanted it to be Nora's boop, but I guess we never did anything that really needed to be censoring it. Oh wow, I almost said it again, and then I wouldn't have needed to be censored again.
Stop.
No one ever needed to be censored until I goofed, so like, someone say something spoilery and then Zumbra will boop it out.
Please don't. You're making me do more work that I have to do.
Well, you're going to be cutting out all of this blank sounds. Fuck. I just forgot how to speak.
It happens to me all
Oh my
the
god, I
time.
can't even talk.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
Did you know?
Well, I mean, going back on the question that I've already like half forgotten what the question even is. I mean, joining the art team was very cool because I mean, I saw the thing that was like, "Oh, we need artists," and so I applied, and not even 5 minutes later, I got a message back saying, "Oh my God, we want you!" Like, everyone in the chat is so excited to see your art, blah blah blah, and I was like, "Oh wow, real life people that probably like what I'll do." So I'm very excited to contribute more to SRC. And I mean, when I've always been a fan of Ruby, and even since Monty and Rooster Teeth first announced that they were doing an anime, I was right on with it because I mean, anime nerds, you know, that's life. But I mean, anything Ruby related, especially with such a big project like this, I'm very excited to be able to contribute, and I think it's a very cool idea and concept, and yay, excitement.
Yay!
Such excitement.
Much SRC.
Please
So
don't.
good,
I was talking to someone last night and they started doing that with me, and I'm like, oh my god, you're great. Okay, well, apparently Blaze is dying, so we'll give her a moment.
Rest in
Uh-oh.
peace.
Don't do that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Cristo.
A question for artists that now I'm just going to ask art questions because that's what I'm hype about. And it's not spoilery plot, so I can do that. What were you most excited to draw? Like when I came on board, I was all about Yang's abs. Like that was what I was drawing, and it was happening. And it did happen, and I broke Chrissy. Like I just broke her. She broke. What were you most excited to draw?
I just need to see her real quick, because Kemi, you and I keep ending up on the same wavelength. Because the second before you said Yang's abs, I was about to type Yang's abs. We need
Well,
to
that's
quit
what-
this.
Well, that's what I came on to draw. Like I came on specifically to draw Yang. That was my goal. Like that was the only sprite that I needed to draw. I wanted to draw all of everyone ever because I was so pumped about it. I was so hype. I couldn't take Sir Weiss away from Dory though because she just draws the most handsome Weiss. But
Has 80 of them.
well, it's because she's got all the fucking outfits.
She's not even the main character, and she has more sprites than the main character.
Oh,
But
And then
But
poor
he-
Glinda.
But yeah, I came on specifically to draw Yang. That was what I came on to draw, and I wanted to do. I want to draw. I also want to be involved with. I want the opportunity to draw our Blake once because Wally made the most handsome Blake.
that's right.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Wally's
god,
Blake is
she's,
Yes.
she's so handsome, and I can't even handle it. But what did you come on to draw? What did you come on specifically to draw?
Well, I didn't actually have. I don't actually have a specific character or something that I really wanted to draw for SRC. I just really like drawing in general, so I was like, and all the fantasy elements actually drew me in too, like I was saying before. So I really like drawing fantasy stuff. So this was like a big chance for me. All the armor, all the dragons and whatnot. So yeah, and then now I'm doing a lot of the CG scenes too, and that's actually really fun because I like watching movies. I like drawing from movies, so this is kind of like really good practice for me. Oh,
Right on. I
mhm.
dig.
So it's sort of funny that you mentioned definitely coming on to do Yang, because I sort of did the same thing, but with the music. Because I had already seen a lot of the development stuff and the world building stuff, so when the call for music came out, I was basically just like, yeah, Yang's theme is what I want to do. That was
Right on.
just the perfect style that I would like to play.
I hope I gave you a handsome enough Yang.
Yes.
I hope I delivered because
You
that's probably
delivered.
the most handsome individual I've ever drawn in my life.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to live up to your reputation now with my little CG scene with Yang.
Just like picture the most perfectly sculpted buff lady you can and draw that.
More abs,
Like-
less clothes.
Like that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
only thing that bothered me about Ruby when it came out. Yang is a
Oh.
brawler, and yet that bitch ain't got no meat on her bones.
She
And
has-
it's like, get some muscle, baby. Get some guns.
I mean,
Because
I
I'm
look at-
sorry,
Yeah.
she has shotgun gauntlets. She's supposed to be punching people like she beat up an entire bar full of thugs, and yet she's got pencil arms. It's like, bitch, where is your muscle? Get some abs, baby.
She has Cloud Strife arms when she needs Barrett arms.
No,
That's
I
like-
want her to walk around with like have you ever seen, it's going around Tumblr, that buff Wonder Woman that just is built like
Yes.
a marine?
Yes.
She needs to
Wait,
be
where is
walking
this?
around with
I want to
marine
see this now.
muscles.
Someone
Oh,
find it for
man.
me. I need to see it.
I have
What we
so
need-
many feelings about buff ladies. Like I need to stop because I'll go forever. I'll
That
talk
buff-
forever.
That buff Yang fan art that was going around for a little bit, that was wonderful.
Oh,
Because,
God.
like, her arms were thicker than Weiss's torso.
They should be. She's a brawl. She punches to put off her shotgun. She needs to have some like muscle. She needs some meat. Ugh.
What we need is Yang with big enough biceps to rip her little jacket thing every
Yes.
time she
I want her to
flexes.
be able to flex and rip all of her clothes off. That's what
She's-
I want.
She's like Juandissimo Magnifico. She flexes her muscles and her shirt just flies off of her body.
Oh man, you know it. Oh God,
What was I
my
about-
heart
oh,
pitter patters.
your Kokoro does the Doki Doki.
It does. It does.
Okay,
you
I
have,
was gonna
You have CR. Yeah, go ahead.
toss in that, like, back on the topic of like backtracking a little bit when we were talking about how sometimes we would have 1,000 different messages. When Kemi first shared the buff Yang, that was a solid like 1,500 messages of us just gushing over buff Yang. And then, like, I don't remember like, I think Kemi had done the first Blake sprite, and then I think Wally took them over. But when
Yeah,
the first Blake sprite
yeah.
came out, the same thing. We just gushed over Blake sprite for.
Well, what it boiled down to is I was going to do Blake as well, but I had surgery, and I don't know when I'll be able to draw for long periods of time again. Like I can draw in bits and pieces, but I opened up part of my stitches because I tried bending over to draw too soon.
Wow.
So I was like, I can't handle Blake anymore. So I gave it to Wally because one, Wally's got the most handsome Blake ever, and my Yang deserves a handsome Blake.
Wally took that over very well.
Wally was very excited, and I was excited that Wally was pleased. My second choice, because I was choosing who took Blake because I was going to draw Blake, and Dory was gracious enough to let me decide who I want to take over that position. My second choice was MJ, because MJ draws a beautiful Blake.
Oh.
And but I'm glad we made the change from having our cast be entirely pasty to having a black Blake, because I don't know who it was, but somebody suggested Nicki Minaj as a face for Blake, and now I can't unsee it.
That's right.
I can't unsee it, and it will forever be my headcanon. It was Amanda. God damn it, Amanda. My dreams are filled with things such as these.
And see, it just adds on because Nicki Minaj has her bodacious butt, and it just adds on to that one post I made of when Blake does the cat thing where she's gonna pounce on something and she does like the little butt wiggle that cats do.
Oh.
And Yang's just kind of in the background, just nodding with a smile.
Oh man, all I know is that my Yang needed a handsome Blake, and Wally draws the most handsome Blake there is.
Yes.
And I don't know if people have seen. If you haven't seen Wally's Blake, if you are listening to this and you haven't seen her, go look. Go.
We need to find a link for it to like put it in the description.
We're gonna link that shit there because she is flawless.
We will link the version of it that was reblogged by Blake's voice actress. That was...
Oh, man.
That was an interesting evening.
Patterns. Oh, man. Now it's just like a Summer Rose Court podcast gushing over hot ladies, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's just fine.
Okay with this.
Did
Blaze,
somebody have
changing
CR? Or are we
picture.
just still gushing about hot ladies?
I had CR, and then we've just kind of traded it off. So like, I don't know if we're gonna keep gushing about hot ladies. Like, I want more Nora. I don't remember who was supposed to be doing Nora sprites, but I want more Nora.
Somebody's doing Nora, and we saw that they did one Nora sketch.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. Like, it looks great. She's wicked cute. I wish we had gone with MJ's chubby Nora, to be honest.
Oh.
Like, I love the idea of Nora as a chubby Nord, and she's just like, I'll fucking break you. Like, she's got a hammer that nobody should be able to hold physically, but she does it with one hand. And, oh, man.
I just talked about that last night.
Oh, my God. It's like those ridiculous hammers that you see in, like...
It's the Buster Sword of Warhammers. You really you should not. I keep making Final Fantasy VII references. Let's see how many more I can do. But, like, you should not be able to wield it with one hand, and it's just like... Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, man. It's too big to hold, but Nora does it because she's fucking Nora and does what she wants.
And then I even mentioned that, like, they should do, like, what Cloud does, where he just puts it against his back. Like, he doesn't halter it or anything, it's just floating against his back. Like, that's what Nora does.
Skyrim,
Skyrim. She just puts it on her back and it's just there.
Skyrim physics, fuck yeah, bro.
Look at all the little babies. Oh, what is an astronaut? I'm so proud. I don't even know what that skin set is from.
I don't want that weapon. Give me a different... I'm sorry, I'm also playing Saints Row because I'm a child.
I've had this for my profile picture for a little bit. I should change it.
You mean
I'm going through profile pictures right now like nobody's business.
We had to the people listening, we had talked about it a while ago where I have the profile picture of like a buff Pyrrha working out, and SRC Ruby is just very excited to be watching buff Pyrrha working out. Here we go, which is the JPEG. This is the JPEG.
Oh no.
No.
Oh,
Blaze,
no.
what are you doing? You keep saying.
Why?
No, it's...
Oh no.
Can we get an SRC box ghost?
I don't think we should, to be honest.
He'll be the crate ghost.
That sounds like a really great idea.
I
Well,
feel like you should stop. You should stop encouraging King because nothing good ever comes of it.
Oh gosh.
Next thing you know, I'll come up with a Photoshop.
Oh no. Oh.
Do it.
So you
What
people
are
need
you
to
doing, Blaze?
you people need to give me ideas because I'm running out of ideas. And you all
I'm-
just tell me to do it, but you
No,
don't tell me what to do.
I like coming back onto Skype and not having 7 million things flood my downloads. So like I'm chill.
I'm
I'm
doing
chill.
better about that.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous. Before we had to enact a rule because King did so many photoshops that he would send to us. Like it's very nice that he wants to share with us, but he would send them to us and they'd go into our downloads and I would come back from sleeping like a normal human being, which nobody else seems to do on the SRC cast.
Never.
Especially
I sleep.
And there'd be 7 billion things trying to be sent to me, so much so that my Skype would blow up and die. That'd be the end of it. I'd have to restart it like 4 times because King was graciously sending his shit to us. So we enacted a rule where it's like, you know what, King, we love you and we want you to share your artistic vision with us, but please do so via HTML.
in my defense, I would have posted it in some cases, but some of it was either really spoilery or it was like someone else's art, so I didn't feel comfortable posting it. But I will admit 98% of it was just me being too lazy to post.
Mm.
You would have gotten away with it too.
If it weren't for you meddling SRC dorks.
And your talking dog.
We
Talking code?
We apparently do need to call Skype and be like, yo, you guys need to make like a special version of Skype that's set up for a massive group of dorks that just flood the chat.
I
Because
think
what you
their
got now?
their initial thought is that they won't flood the chat. I don't think they expect us.
I'm sorry, you were talking to me, but Blaze changed her picture again.
I still
it's
see the
awesome.
manatee crushing the cat.
Right
That's-
now it's
I think
Spider-Man against a wall and it says booty.
The hell? Snowman on mine.
Now I need to find my weird reaction
Don't worry,
faces.
I'm just switching icons every 3 seconds. If you're paying attention, you'll see the icon changes. But if you're not, then
Or if you're actually listening
Very-
because it's a podcast.
I'm listening. I'm also going to.
No, I
I'm-
mean
I'm
the
still
listeners.
I've still
I'm gonna
got
be
plenty of
hunky,
things
don't worry.
to discuss, but they're all art related because I'm a big art fag. Like,
Now
I'm sorry, that's a bad word. Don't use that word. I'm
You
just
gotta
I'm a
boop that
giant
out.
art nerd.
we gotta
Just
Zumber?
bleep out that whole thing. I'm a giant art nerd, so all I want to talk about is art. Because we can't really talk about the writing because it's spoilery,
Mm.
and I can only trust half of our writers here to not spoil stuff.
I like how you say half when there's only 2 of us. Fact.
Well,
Exactly.
Jake,
Exactly. It's very much not you.
let's look at your track record.
You should probably make it 75% because when I get excited talking about things, it just all slips out. There's no filter.
Oh man, like King, I think it's your icon. Yeah, it's your icon. Of course it is because you're an ass. I want to talk about what your icon has to do with so badly. You have no idea. I need it in my life, but I
The one
can't talk about it. I can't even mention it. I
Oh
can't even
yeah,
mention it.
definitely. Huh?
I can't even draw it. I can't. If I do, I can't post it. I want so badly to talk about it that I might explode, but I can't.
Okay, well, to clarify a little bit, because it's only partially.
Do
Actually,
not
it's not.
spoil.
Be careful.
I'm
Please
trying to
stop
figure
talking
out how
now.
to phrase it without spoiling. It's
You
literally
can't.
just.
There's nothing to do. You can't say it without spoiling it because anybody who has played this game will know what you're referring to. So
But
don't do it.
I didn't even know what like the worst part of it was. Like I was unaware that it was actually worse than what I was saying.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Like the whole thing is not supposed to be known by people until they play it.
Uh-huh.
Like this is a secret. That is secret, and that's what's eating me alive. Because I want to talk about it.
All right, talk about art then. Talk about art. Art.
This is Kemi's breakdown. Oh, you have to go? Well, shit,
Oh,
then
yeah.
it's going to be like, and then there were 5 or 4, 5? No, that's
I
more
think-
than 5. I can't count.
It'd be
Well,
5
King
because
has to
Zumbra's
leave.
not
It would
talking.
be
Well,
5
I-
because Zumbra's not talking.
Right.
Oh, and then it'll be
Oh,
6 because
cool.
Zumbra will grace us with his presence.
Oh, man, we're lucky. We're lucky people. Shit. Yeah, art.
Drawing.
So, for Act 1, we're just in the village in the desert. So, like, is anybody here drawn those things? Like,
Oh, 'cause
has
that's
anybody
not
drawn the
spoiler.
backup? Well, no, because we're releasing a demo. That's not spoilery. What your icon is incredibly spoilery.
It's not that spoilery. It's
very.
relating more to regular so and so
No,
than
no.
SRC so and so.
It is related because we're talking about that. We're discussing that very idea with so-and-so in SRC. So we can't bring it up no matter how much I want to scream it to the heavens.
I
You
actually
were
did not
saying
really think of the
so-and-so is
SRC
kind of
correlation until
borderline.
after I. Okay, too many people are trying to talk. Sorry.
Sombra, you
Yeah,
claim
bro.
to go.
Okay, I was going to mention, since like we're all just random about stuff, we are currently, so our internal deadline to get all the assets done for Summer Rose Court for the demo, which consists of the prologue and Act 1, is going to be May 20, which passed already, and that was cool. So we have technically all the assets done, or so we thought.
Sort of.
So,
Yay.
in case you don't know, we
If you
plan to
squint.
release the demo at RTX, like July 4, which is like Independence Day, which is cool because it will coincide with the premiere of the
Freedom.
Yes,
The
with Freedom and the second season of Ruby. So I
Sorry.
thought that'd be pretty nice.
Are you free? Of course I'm free. I'm an American.
I wanted to talk a little bit about testing, because what we're doing now is basically, okay, we're not doing any like development. Well, that's not entirely true, but like we're not actively adding things to the story. Like we're not changing the script much. So what happens is that we have all our things currently set, and we're just going to test until RTX comes, and then we release. So what I thought was interesting was we thought we were done, and then we went through the visual novel and we found all these things, all these bugs, and we're like, crap, we have to fix all the things now. It's just interesting to see, like, before, oh, we're done, after, no, we're not, dang it.
We are not even kind of done.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing we changed the deadline to May 20th instead of June 20th.
Yeah, because we would have been
Yeah.
so hosed. The thing that
Yeah,
brought us
like,
up in
that would
in particular was the action scenes. There will like be scenes where Ruby and Yang will be fighting Grim. I don't know if that's a spoiler. I don't think that should be. But they're fighting Grim. So
I don't
go
know
ahead.
if it's a spoiler. I don't know. I don't know
Well,
if it's a spoiler is what I'm
You
saying.
would assume that they would end up fighting Grim somewhere in here, as long as we don't give specifics as to what is going on.
As to what it's, yeah.
Ask
that's
Dory
fair.
later when you're editing.
Yeah. Okay. So
If
they're
we
fighting
need to,
Grim.
we can just put a giant, like, elevator waiting noise over this.
I'll bleep myself.
There we
How about that?
Just bleep the whole little chunk of what's going on.
Okay, so they're fighting, and there's a lot of action that's going on. So previously, when we had the work for SRC, it's like we describe the action and we think like we're done for it. But it turns out like when you're actually looking through the visual novel and you're playing it, it's like this reads kind of awkward. So we had to like change a lot of things to make it flow better and transition from scene to scene. So like we'll actually have to describe each of the actions. We'll have to draw more assets for, you know,
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
people getting punched in the face and whatnot. And what we've been doing recently is like doing live streams of development where like I'll have to stream my desktop while I am adding in the assets and, you know, showing them to people as we're doing it, because I think the feedback is much like quicker and we can actually show people like right there and on the spot, which is really helpful, but also lags my computer like hell, so I try not to do it. But I think that aspect of development is a little interesting. And on top of that, we have like a list of bugs that we're adding, and we have to keep track. Like, okay, we have these open bugs, and these bugs are closed, and this is what we need to do to fix each bug. I think that's also pretty neat, and I think that's all I wanted to talk about. It's just me rambling. That's That's
rambling about stuff. That's fine. That's basically what a podcast is us talking about how much stuff we can talk about, I suppose. I don't know. We've been on for like an hour, but most of that is just bullshit. It's the problem. Like, most of that is crap. Like, we can't use 90% of that. It's true. Like, 90% of it is junk that we just can't use. Like, we're not talking about anything, or it's spoilers, or it's like, I don't know. It's all junk.
We can have a short version of the podcast. That'd be fine.
Yeah, it's more of like
Yeah.
to fill the gap while everyone gets everything finished. Since college kids are like dealing with finals and stuff right now,
Oh
and
my
high
god,
school
yeah.
high school kids have finals coming up really soon if they haven't already started.
Blaze, you're the
taking
only
them.
high school child involved in this.
Well,
Did you
I
not tell-
have
did
5
you-
finals in 3 days, so
Oh.
I know you do. I'm
I
just
feel
saying
you.
you're the only one who's like high school, where the rest of them are like
Actually,
college is mostly done by now.
I'm just a little
Almost.
baby child. I still have 2
Almost.
2 weeks worth of classes before
you
finals.
still have 2 weeks?
Yeah,
That's
our
because
last day
Blaze is in high
classes.
school.
I'm ending on Thursday.
Our last day classes is June 13th, and I'm counting the days because I don't want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning anymore.
I have to start
5
finals this
o'clock in
week.
the morning. Where the hell do you go to school, child?
Well, my bus picks me up at like 6:30, but I like actually being coherent and awake when I get picked up. So I wake up
Oh,
and I spend
time.
time getting everything like actually working again.
Oh my.
And then sometimes I'm
You're one of
lazy and I
those
don't.
kids-
Sometimes I'm lazy and I don't do all my homework the night before, so I'll finish it at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, you care about like grades and stuff. I see.
Oh, I do care about grades. My brother's going to a very expensive college soon, so I need to get good grades and get lots of scholarships and a summer job.
Don't work at McDonald's. Don't do
No,
Summer jobs suck. I haven't been able
it.
to
Jobs
work
do
because
make
of it.
money.
I could discuss the job that I might get, but then there's legalities involved because technically I'm not old enough to have a job.
No, you are with a worker's permit.
No, like the place that I have an
Oh.
offer out, you need to be 16, and I'm not. A lot
That's
of
right, you're a
places
little
around here
babu.
you need to be 16.
Little
But
babu.
there's legalities involved that I probably shouldn't talk about.
We'll
so-
get rid of it.
Yeah, just put on some elevator music, or just cut out this part entirely.
90% of this call is elevator music.
Oh my gosh.
There's
Well, like,
parts
now
of
that
it that are
everyone's
usable.
going to be out of school or will be out of school soon, like I feel like development will go much quicker during the summer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for me, it's
That
been a
was
bit
the
slower
hope
because
when
I'm
we
working
picked
full time during the
January.
week.
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
Like,
I
that
have
was the
heard-
hope when we picked January, was that winter break we'd be able to get some shit done, but it just was not occurring.
It's a toss up on how much we're going to get done this summer because there's going to be people who have jobs over the summer and then there are going to be people who have like commitments that they do over the summer. So it's just going to be find time where you can to work on what you do.
I know that I'll probably be able to contribute more since I didn't contribute much throughout Act 1, unfortunately. But I mean, during the summer between working on cosplays and other dumb art stuff, I'm sure I'll be able to do much, much more. Which
We
is,
support cosplayers here at SRC.
yes.
Cosplays
yes.
are cool. People who make cosplays need a lot more credit because I can't do that. Much of the general population can't do that. So
Speaking of cosplays, have we seen? Here's a good topic. Have we seen some of these mad ass Ruby cosplayers making full on crescent roses?
oh my
Yeah,
god, those people are brave human beings.
Those people are nuts, is what they are. Like, those people are crazy, and I love them. I love every last one of them. Like,
I-
holy crap.
Crescent Rose is a hot mess to draw, let alone actually make.
Yeah,
And then
like
there-
create.
Then there are the people who go the extra step and make it so that you can close Crescent Rose.
Wait, I have not seen a closable crescent rose. Is that a
Oh,
thing?
I've
Did somebody
seen a
make it?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
a couple. It's crazy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it takes them like maybe 30 seconds to actually get it all compacted down, but
Oh my lord.
they did it, and I don't know how, and there's a whole lot of mechanics involved. Like, it was a video, and they were, like, explaining how it works, and I'm just like, you're managing to close that. I don't know how, and what you're saying makes no sense.
Those people need to be feared.
But see, these
These are
people
the
can do
people who could
this. These people can do this, and I cried over making my armor for my Pyrrha cosplay, and then it got destroyed, and I was so sad.
Oh no.
These are the kind of people who could find out a way to make a working crescent rose. So these people need to be feared and respected.
Well, I mean,
I, for one, welcome
guess-
our new alien overlords.
I guess the hardest part of it would be managing to find a way to get it to close while still having the gun that would be in the center not like sticking out awkwardly at any points, because if it was a sniper, they have a really long barrel, so you'd need to have the folding around the barrel, so it would look kind of weird compared to how it looks in the show, because Fantasy Elements makes metal that is a solid hollow pipe, bendable, but it's possible.
You know what I really want to see in a Crescent Rose? Like, I want to see a Crescent Rose be able to shoot Nerf gun bullets.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want a Nerf gun crescent rose. There's your next assignment, cosplayers.
Or why
I
not
want
just
a
go the
Nerf
extra
gun
mile and
crescent
make it an airsoft gun?
Oh, that's
I'm not
dangerous.
sure
Oh,
that would
wow.
be. I'm
We're
not
getting-
sure that would be allowed.
Why not go the extra mile and make a
And make it
sniper
a real
rifle?
sniper. Make it a real high impact sniper rifle. You know what? If they'll let the airsoft gun in, they must let the real gun in. Just keep
Thinking
everything
about
unloaded.
it, you could probably make Nerf Ember Silica. Like, that shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah,
If
totally.
you've got like
Yeah.
triggers in your gauntlets, you could do it. Don't mock me. You could do it.
You could do it. Thinking about it logistically, they have Nerf guns that work with the round barrel like that. So you'd need to be able to make it so that there was a hole in the center that you could put your arm through. But if you managed to get all the mechanics and springs right, it wouldn't be hard.
That'd be sick as hell.
Now, what they'd really need to do is do extreme Nerf darts, where you put a push pin through the top of the Nerf dart, and then it'll stab people when it hits them.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's just a bad idea waiting to happen.
That's how I do Nerf gun battles.
Blake,
get
I'm
the-
never nerfing with you. ever.
Yeah, no,
You
seriously.
get the front loader guns, you put some pins through the top of those bullets, and then you run away.
You are dangerous.
Blaze, you are a dangerous child.
I am a dangerous child. I'm not quick to admit it.
I'm a little intimidated. Because aren't you also like a giant? How tall are you?
She's
That's
5'7".
That's pretty giant to me. I'm only 5 feet tall.
5'7", I'm built like a linebacker, and
Fun.
it's all muscle.
So you're basically Yang, is what you're telling me.
I'm a little bit shorter than her, and I don't do martial arts.
Well, grow, because you're only like, what, 12? You'll be able to grow more.
I'm not
Drink
gonna
your
grow
milk.
anymore. I've stayed the same height for like 3 years now, and it makes me sad.
Drink some milk.
Don't be
get
sad about not
healed.
growing because you're still taller than the rest of us.
It's true.
Like,
Yeah.
the only thing that keeps growing is my chest, and that makes me not happy. It needs to stop
Then
growing.
you are Yang. You are Yang.
Oh, I'm
You
Yang.
are.
If you could see
Good.
my dress right now, you could agree that I am Yang.
You're Yang. Okay, so we have Yang on Summer Rose Court.
Hey.
You're just 15-year-old Yang. So where is our 13-year-old Ruby? Like, we need one. Do we have 13-year-old on SRC? We don't. We
Don't think
can't.
so.
I think Blaze is the youngest
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Blaze is the biggest. Okay. A baby child.
Yes. Baby child.
I feel like I would never want to meet you guys in person because I'm taller than all of you. So it'd just be me just looking down. I'm like, oh, hi.
Oh my God.
Wait, Blaze, you're like 5'7", right?
How tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
I'm 6 foot.
Holy snap. I wish I were 6
Well,
Tall?
No,
Well then.
you
Next to
don't.
Jamie.
You don't. You
Surely.
don't wish you were
I'd
6
start.
feet tall. It's very hard.
Well, at least you have gone the right cosplay route and are cosplaying Pyrrha because you're an Amazon. So like cosplaying an Amazon is good. Good choice. Good
Basically.
choices. Have you
I
worn
can't-
it yet? Do we get to see it when you finish it?
I made it in October and I wore it for Halloween and it got various like water damages and stuff, so I'm going to have to remake it during the summer or something. But I don't really have any other pictures other than a terrible selfie of me wearing half of it in my bathroom mirror.
Okay. When you remake it, I would love to see it because I respect the hell out of cosplayers.
Oh,
Like
thank you.
I could never do any of that stuff. Like that's
You
so
make my
so
cocoa
beyond me.
Doki doki.
Excellent. That's what I live to do. Oh man, what do we have a singular writer. We have 3 artists, a musician, and a Zumbra. Do we want to call it a wrap, Zumbra? Do we want to? Like,
Yeah, we've been
This
going
is
for
just
an hour and a half.
we might as well,
almost.
unless anyone else.
yeah,
has
but
anything
like
to talk about.
50% of that, is bullshit. Like, if we're gonna be honest. So like
Yeah, but
that
that's
was my
fine.
concern.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's whatever. Now they'll know that we're just bumbling idiots. We're just
Yeah, I
we
think
are
it's
a
fine.
mess.
We should start signing off.
All right, cool. Sounds good then. So, Blaze, you called first.
Oh, I spelled first right. Sweet. Okay, I'm Blaze, signing off. Don't laugh at me. It was a fun podcast. See y'all later.
I'm
I'm
Zumbra.
Kemi.
Sorry, go ahead, Kenny.
Go ahead, Zumper. Go.
No,
No,
you.
no. You did it. You did it. You did the
Rock,
thing.
paper,
Go, do it.
scissors. Go, go, go.
Okay.
The polite standoff.
I'm Zumbra. I'll see you all later.
I am Kemi. I am signing off. This has been a delight, and I'm glad that I am not too drugged up to participate this time.
I
Are
guess
the
I'm
two for
next.
signing off again?
I guess this is from Krupp signing off.
My headphones died. Oh no. Well, this is Jajuna. Thank you so much for having me, and I'm signing off. Meow.